Hey there, life editors! Welcome to another one of our live stream calls. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy that you're here. All right, for those of you who are brand new to life editing, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Sage Grayson, and I'm a former book editor turned life coach. I help ambitious women edit their habits, routines, and mindsets to balance their happiness at work and home. I'm a life editor, and so are you. Today, we are going to be talking about how to set client boundaries. And I've got 3 essential client boundaries that you must set for your business. If you don't do this, you're going to be struggling and you're going to be very frustrated. So I've got 3 boundaries that maybe you haven't even thought of yet that you've got to set for your business. But before we dive into that, if you love the business strategies that I'm sharing today and you want more tips to run your business effectively, to have a thriving, growing business, then you've got to check out my free workshop, How to Run a Successful Business in Just 1 Hour per Day. And let me pop up the link here. There you go. Go to sagegrayson.com/workshops, and then you can just enter your name and email and watch how to run a successful online business in just 1 hour per day. It is one of my favorite workshops that I've ever done because people think it takes a long time and a lot of effort to run a business, to keep things moving, to keep your clients happy. And honestly, you can streamline so much of your business. You can automate so much in your business. And if you focus on the things that are going to get you the best results, you're going to get more sales, have happier customers, and have a happier entrepreneur, of course. So if you like the tips from today's live stream, go check out sagegrayson.com/workshops and sign up for my free workshop, How to Run a Successful Online Business in Just 1 Hour per Day. I think you're going to love it. All right. So let's get into the topic for today's live stream. We're going to talk about how I set strong client boundaries. And I got to say, I only have strong client boundaries now because I made so many mistakes in the past. And we're going to go over all of those mistakes because you might be making them too. And then I've got 3 essential boundaries that you can set up in your business today to have a happier business tomorrow. Like literally, you can set these up so fast and you're going to feel happier. Your clients are going to see you as more professional and your business is going to thrive and grow. But you got to set these boundaries before you can get there. I want you to get off the struggle bus and get onto the pathway for success and happiness. Okay, so how to set strong client boundaries. First, let's talk about what types of businesses have clients. Because you might have heard people talk about clients and customers, and they might use it interchangeably, but they are not exactly the same thing. So clients are when you have some type of active income. And I have a great video about the difference between active, passive, and consistent income, which I will link somewhere here, and I'll put it in the description below too. Anyway, if you have some kind of active income where it's you actively live talking to one of your clients or someone who wants to work with you, and you're doing some kind of customization with them, that is a client. On the other hand, if you have someone who can just buy your stuff without interacting with you or minimally interacting with you, like maybe just at a checkout counter, and they don't have any kind of customization, that's a customer. And that's more of like passive income. So if you're online, and let's just use a coach because that's what I am. If you're an online coach and you do one-on-one Zoom calls with your clients, that's active income and that's a client. And they're getting something different from you. They're getting some customization. They're getting their specific questions answered. So you can see how that's different than a customer who might come to your website or my website and just buy a digital program and do it on their own, or buy a digital planner or download a worksheet and do it on their own. That's a customer. There's no kind of interaction where I'm customizing something specifically for them. They just kind of a one and done, get what they want and they're out of there. So if you have like a physical brick and mortar business, let's say you have a candy shop. If you have a candy shop and someone comes in and they just pick up a box of candy, go to the cash register, buy it, and they're gone, that's a customer. Whereas if you have someone come in and they come up to the front desk and they talk to you about, I'm having a wedding and I want these specialized truffles and I want little candy hearts on the top and I want it to have our initials in there and a little gold foil or whatever, that's a customized order and that is a client. It's active income because they're talking to you one-on-one and they're getting some kind of specialized customization for it. You're making it different for them than you're making it for everyone else. So just like a coach, every client that I work with is getting something different from me based on their needs. Okay, so that's the difference between customers and clients. So what kinds of businesses have clients? Coaches, consultants, personal trainers, graphic designers, any kind of customized jewelry making, anyone who does kind of specialized custom orders. Those are clients and it's active income because they are really talking to you. Okay, so that's the distinction of which businesses have customers and which ones have clients. And I will say this, that the best businesses that I've seen, the ones that are really, really successful, have a mix of both. They have active income where they're doing whatever their thing is one-on-one with their clients, and they're getting paid really good money for that. Because if it's really you and it's not automated, it's really you live, you can charge more for that. And then they also have passive income. So they have things selling in the background, selling while they sleep all day long. So they don't have to keep hustling for that. They make it once and it sells thousands of times. And then they also have consistent income, which is membership sites and subscriptions. That helps even out your income because I know for a lot of us entrepreneurs, our income is up one month and it's down the next, and then it's up one month and it's down the next. And it can be really, really scary to be an entrepreneur if you don't know how much money is coming in when. That's why we set up consistent income. And I always do these 3 incomes for my clients. You must have active, passive, and consistent income. So consistent income is like a subscription based or of the month club or a subscription box club or a membership site like what I have for my Life Editor Clubhouse. And people pay me every single month consistently to stay in the clubhouse. So I can guess and I can estimate pretty accurately how much money I'll have month to month based on those consistent income subscriptions I have set up. Make sense? Okay. So we talked about businesses who have clients, customers, different types of income. Okay. So for those of us who have businesses who have clients, and I hope that if you have a business, you have clients as well, why would you need to set up boundaries with your clients? Why do you need to set up boundaries with your clients? You might think, okay, I'm a startup entrepreneur. I'm in my first year or 2 of having a business and I'm so excited and I want to do everything for my clients. I want to bend over backwards. I want them to see how amazing I am and how amazing my business is. And like, yes, that was me my first couple of years as a business owner. I'm an oldie right now. I've had my business running for more than a decade. But at the beginning, I understand that energy. I understand that energy of wanting to do everything for your clients and wanting to provide excellent customer service that they want to continue working with you. And they refer you to all of your friends, all of their friends. I totally understand that. But when you don't set boundaries with your clients, they have a tendency to taking your time, taking your money, taking your energy. Like really, they are taking money out of your pocket by not paying you what you're worth, or they're the discount divas, the looky-loos. I hate those people who are like poke, trying to get the lowest possible price. They don't really care about you and your service. They just want the lowest price. And I don't want you to work with those types of clients. I want you to have some standards in your business. I want you to have some strong boundaries. And I want you to feel worthy, that you are worthy of being a professional. And really, this is what differentiates the kind of like startup entrepreneurs who are making lots of mistakes and they end up closing their business because they feel like they're being taken advantage of, versus the people who stick around for the long haul, the real entrepreneurs with their thriving businesses. They're the ones with strong boundaries who act like professionals. And it might be a little scary to set these boundaries at first because you want your clients to like you. Of course you do. And you think they might push back or whatever. And some clients will push back when you set boundaries, but those aren't the clients that you want to work with. Any client who gets mad at you for setting business hours, any client who gets mad at you for your prices, they are not your ideal clients and you don't want to work with them anyway. So let them fall away, let them go away. But having those strong boundaries is what's going to make you stick around in your business for the long haul. That's going to make you consistently successful. And I want that for you. So leave a comment and let me know how many of you have ever set boundaries in your business. Did you get pushback? Was it scary? Did you set one boundary and then you set another? Or are you still trying to figure out where your lines are in your business? Leave a comment and let me know. Also, let me know what year of your business are you? Are you still within the first year or two? That's known as the startup phase. Have you been doing this for a while and now it's time to shift because you're busier and you need even stronger boundaries? Let me know where you're at in your business and whether or not you've set boundaries. Okay, so why do you need to set boundaries? First of all, your clients, like we just talked about, they want to take. They want access to you when it's convenient for them. They want access to you when it's convenient for them, not when it's convenient for you. So they might want to talk to you in the middle of the night. They might want to talk to you Saturday morning. They might want to talk to you on their lunch break, not your lunch break. And they want to talk to you during their hours where they're awake, their time zone. Here's the thing for me and for many of you out there who have online businesses, because we're able to reach people all over the world, we are dealing with dozens of different time zones here. And for me, for my online life coaching business right now, 40% of my traffic, that includes 40% of people coming to my website, my sales, my clients, 40% of my traffic are from people outside the United States. So I obviously have a lot of people who are hours, half a day ahead of me or behind me. And even in the United States, I'm on the West Coast. So I have clients who are 3 hours ahead of me on the East Coast. I'm trying to juggle all of that. So if you have clients and they want what they want, they're going to want you to be on their time schedule, work when they have a lunch break, when they have their kids are asleep, when they need you, even if it's instantly. And that can cause you a lot of stress because who knows? You never know when your clients are going to need you. And you don't want to say no to them because you might lose a sale or they'll talk bad about you or something like that. This was a huge mistake that I made at the beginning of my business, is that I didn't set business hours. So I was having client calls at times that were convenient for them. And I thought, well, I don't have another job at this time. I had already left book editing and I work from home. So why can't I just take calls all day long, 24/7, any time of day? So I was talking to people in Australia, but it was 6 a.m. my time. And that was horrible. That was so horrible. I was so tired. I was not my best self. I was not a good coach at 6 a.m. But that's when that client wanted to meet. I also remember having calls Sunday night. I remember having calls like in the middle of the day. So I couldn't even like leave my house to go run an errand, or I had to work around when I was going to walk my dog because of when my clients' needs were needed to be met. I also had the bad habit of giving out my cell phone number too. So I had people texting me and even just outright calling me all times when I was at parties, when it was the middle of the night, my time, when I was on calls with other people, my phone would be going nuts for another client. It was so unprofessional and it was so hurtful to my business. I was struggling. I was getting resentful and I was angry. I was like, I can't believe these clients want to meet at these weird times. But it was my fault. It was entirely my fault because I didn't set any boundaries. I just said, sure, I'll talk to you whenever. And that is a real common newbie mistake because I wanted the money. I wanted the testimonials. I wanted people to tell all their friends about how great I was. But by struggling and feeling resentful and being tired, I was so tired because I didn't know when my next call was going to be. It could be at 6 a.m. and it was so stressful that I wasn't the best coach. I wasn't a good coach. So it was a disservice to my clients and it was a disservice to me. So don't do that. You got to set strong boundaries. And here's what's really changed it for me with the light bulb that went off over my head. The thing that really clicked for me is that I'm a life coach and I am a professional. I am an entrepreneur running my own business. Like that takes a lot of guts. That takes a lot of bravery. That takes a lot of smarts. That takes a lot of confidence. And I was acting like a little kid. I was acting like a toddler, just trying to like wing it and keep things stuck together with duct tape or whatever. But I thought, okay, if I'm a professional and I want to act like a professional, what are other professionals out there? Doctors, dentists, lawyers. Would they act the way that I was acting? No way, no way. Your dentist doesn't take appointments at 6 in the morning. Your dentist doesn't take appointments on holidays. A lawyer is going to charge what they're worth. Oh yeah, they're going to charge what they're worth, but they're probably not having a meeting with you at 3 in the morning on Sunday or something like that. No, those professionals have very, very strict boundaries. And if you want to work with a specific doctor, dentist, lawyer, or any other professional, you make an effort to meet their schedule. You don't call up your doctor and be like, yeah, that doesn't really work for me. Can we meet at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night? They're going to be like, sorry, go to another doctor. They stand in their power and they say, these are my hours. These are my rates. Take it or leave it. If you want to work with me, you work on my time. And that just like blew my mind when I realized if I wanted to be taken seriously as a professional, I needed to act like a professional and I need to set really strong boundaries. And the people who could work with me within my boundaries, not theirs, my boundaries, then they were the best clients for me. And yes, that means some people might not work with me. Some people might drop off, but I don't want to work with them. I don't want to work with people who make me feel resentful. I don't want to work with people who try to pick, and get as much as they can from me. I want people who want to work with me, who see the value in what I do, and they will rise up to meet me. And what I've noticed since I've set strong boundaries with my clients is that they really do rise to the occasion. They realize, oh, I'm paying her thousands of dollars. I'm going to be a good client. I'm going to listen and take notes and do what she says. Or, oh, she wants to meet at this time. I will block off the rest of my calendar. I will make sure I am there live so I can be present and get what I need to get out of her. The same way you would do for a doctor, a dentist, lawyer, any other professional. So that was the huge light bulb moment. And I want you to have that light bulb moment too. Even if you've just started your business, you just started your business this week and you're still getting going, you are still a professional. Even if you've never run a business before, even if you don't have some kind of MBA or some kind of certificate that says you are worthy to run a business, you are worthy to run a business. And you can step up and be a professional and set those boundaries. Your clients will respect you and your business will grow. Take it from me because I made so many mistakes my first couple of years that setting boundaries, as soon as I set boundaries, I'm going to get into the boundaries in just a minute. As soon as I set these boundaries, like everything changed. I really stepped up to the plate. I became the professional businesswoman that I wanted to be. My clients could see that and they were getting better advice, better strategies from me. They were getting much better value. And everyone could see that. Everyone could see that. Okay, so that is why you need boundaries with your clients. Okay, now the fun stuff. I've got 3 essential boundaries that you must set with your clients. And I set these up for my business too, and it changed everything. So make sure you're taking notes now. 3 essential boundaries that you must set up with your clients. And you can do this immediately. These are not things that are going to take months or weeks to do. You can do this right away. And you will definitely notice the change in how you show up and how you interact. And you'll see the change in your clients. Those ones who really value you and see that what you have is worthwhile, they will step up. They will become better clients. They will become more engaged. And the ones who don't see value in you and just want to like poke you around and get whatever they can for free and whatever, they will fall off. And you will no longer have those discount divas, those looky-loos, those non-compatible clients. Okay, so 3 essential boundaries for your clients. Number 1, your business availability. Your business availability. So this includes what days are you working? What hours are you working? And within those hours, what hours are you doing client calls or doing calls where you're doing customized work with your clients? And it might not be every day of the week simply because you work from home and you have every day of the week. Just because you have every day of the week doesn't mean you need to fill every day. You still need days off yourself. So for me, I work on my business Monday through Friday. Do I take client calls Monday through Friday? No. Am I working until midnight Monday through Friday? No. So for me, I work and do business type work from about 9 to 11, 9 to noon ish every day. And on Mondays and Fridays, that might be it. I might just like work till 11 o'clock on Monday morning or Friday morning and then be done for the day. Or I could use that time in the afternoon to record videos or to write scripts or whatever, or just to take care of my mental health. We talked about that in another video that coaches, consultants, therapists, we have emotional labor. So when we're dealing with people's emotions and managing their reactions, we have a different kind of labor than somebody who might stand on their feet all day, like retail or teachers. But we still deserve breaks. We deserve those mental health breaks. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, I take client calls. And I take client calls. It depends on where I am in the year and whether I have the academy running or not. But sometimes during the year, it's from about 10 to 3. I take client calls, and sometimes during the year, it's maybe like noon to 3. I take client calls, but I can adjust my calendar based on my availability and how many calls I can actually handle during a day. So my clients do half-hour calls, and I have a 15-minute break in between clients. So I want you to think about, what are your business days? What days are you actually working on your business? And for those of you who have a day job or a corporate job or something else, or you volunteer, or you've got kids or whatever, you might only work on your business one day a week. That's okay. Figure out when you are going to have active client time during that one day. So what days are you working? What hours are you working? Maybe you do get up at 6 in the morning, and maybe that is your business time because your kids are still sleeping. For me, I don't have kids, so I kind of generally wake up, do my meditations, do my whole morning routine, do my journaling, and then I get into my business day. But it might be different for you. You might be a night owl, and maybe your business day starts at 3 in the afternoon, and that's when you're most awake, and that's when you are on your game, and you can talk to your clients then. You know you better than anyone else, so you figure out your business days, your business hours yourself. And then within your business hours, when are you doing other business work and when are you doing client work? Also, related to your business availability is, when will you schedule your calls and through what type of scheduler? What kind of software are you using and what length? This was another mistake that I made for a long, long time because I wanted to save money. Here's the thing. If you try to save money and nickel and dime and like save all your pennies in your business, you're only going to be able to go so far. And it's absolutely true that sometimes you need to spend money to make money. And I didn't have a scheduler for myself to schedule my business calls. Right now, I use a booking program called Book Like a Boss. And I'll leave a link below if you want to set up a free call with me. You can see exactly what it's like. But it shows people my availability, my calendar, which I set up ahead of time. And it gives my clients the autonomy to schedule their own appointments with me. Back in the day, before I had a scheduler, I would get emails from people saying, "Hey, I want to set up a call." And then I would email them back saying, "Oh, here's my availability this week." So I'd be like, Monday, I'm available from 2 to 3. Tuesday, I'm available from 9 to noon or whatever. And I would send them I would type it all out myself. I had no way to share my calendar with them. And then I would wait maybe a few days for them to get back to me. And then they would say something like, "Oh, none of those work for me. What about 8 o'clock at night on Wednesday?" And then I would have to think, well, do I want to meet with them that late? Or would I say yes or no? And it was just back and forth, emails back and forth, because I had no structure. I had no way for them to schedule their own calls. And I lost out on a lot of clients because it seemed really unprofessional for me, the talent of my company, to be going back and forth with people trying to find times and days, or them saying something ridiculous like, "I can only meet at 9 o'clock on Wednesday nights. That's it. Take it or leave it." And I would have to think about, well, how confident do I feel? Do I have any bills to pay? And it was so stressful for me. So don't do that for yourself. If you take client calls where you have to talk as a coach or a personal trainer, or you're designing something for them like art or jewelry or graphic designs or whatever, and you've got to talk with them about what they need and how you can help them, get a call scheduler. I'll leave a link below where you can sign up for Book Like a Boss. I think they have like a 30-day free trial or something along those lines where you can try it out. It is so easy where you just link it to whatever calendar system you use. I use Google Calendar, and it can see when you're available, when you're not. You can even set specific availability for specific types of calls. Like maybe for this type of call, you're available on Mondays, and for this type of call, you're available Tuesdays, whatever. You can set all that up in there, and then your clients can go to that page, set up a call, and then they get email reminders that you can link up anything you need in there. Like for my clients, I put a questionnaire in there so I know what we're talking about ahead of time. I link up a commitment contract in there, all sorts of good stuff. So you can do all of that through Book Like a Boss. And it was groundbreaking being able to know that I don't have to go back and forth with my clients, that people in the background can set up their calls with me whenever I'm available, not when they're available. And it takes care of the people who look at my schedule and be like, well, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for my time zone. Well, too bad. That's the time that I'm available. Take it or leave it. And it's so empowering to know that the people who are not ideal clients, the people who want to meet at weird times for me and stress me out, they're going to fall away. They're not even going to contact me because they know I have that strong boundary, and that's not an option. All right. One other thing related to business availability is when will you respond to emails? So you might want to set up an out of office message that is always available, that is always sent out, that tells you the people contacting you that maybe it takes up to 48 hours for you to respond to emails or something like that. That is a great way to put that boundary so people know when to expect a response from you. For me, I'm a bit more efficient with my emails. I try really hard to get to inbox zero every single day, or at least within 48 hours. And I get between 250 and 300 emails per day. I don't know if that seems like a lot. It feels like a lot to me, but I know that's not a lot for some other people. But I'm really good about having templates because I get asked the same things over and over again. To like, where can I schedule a call? Where do I download this worksheet? Where's my password for the portal? Like whatever, the same things over and over again. And this is something you could also assign to a virtual assistant or to an admin, or put these frequently asked questions in your out of office message and just have that up all the time. But I have templates where I can just literally copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, and get through my emails pretty efficiently and fast. Okay, so that's another thing, is how and when will you respond to emails? And it might not be on your days off. Like if people are emailing me on the weekend, they're probably not going to get a response to me until sometime on Monday. All right, so number one, boundary you need to set is your business availability. Number two, you need to figure out what will you provide to your clients and what will you not provide. And this is definitely based on what kind of package they purchased from you and what kind of agreement you have. So what are you going to give them? Are you going to take notes during the call and give it to them? Are you going to have your assistant type up notes? Are you going to record your sessions with them and send them the video recordings? Do they get access to everything else that you offer if they become a paying client? And here's a big mistake that I made is back in the day when I was just starting my coaching business. One of the things that I offered is that during our calls, I would take notes during the call, and then I would send them an email later with all of their homework and all of the notes that we took during the call. And what I realized is that when I was taking notes, my clients kind of zoned out. They felt like they didn't need to pay attention during their calls. They didn't need to remember what their homework was. They didn't need to remember what was due before our next call. They didn't remember the tasks that they needed to complete or what their actual goals were, because they knew I would email it to them and they could just look at the email. So it was kind of a waste of time to do those calls because they were just kind of zoning out and not being really active. So I stopped doing that. And I had a lot of pushback from the people who had been getting notes from me. I'm like, sorry, this is how it is now. You need to be an active participation on the call. And if you want notes, you got to take your own notes during the call. But I noticed when I stopped taking notes, first of all, I got email replies back saying like later in the week being, I don't know what I'm working on. And sometimes I would email them and say, you're supposed to do X, Y, Z. Remember, take better notes next time. But a lot of times they stepped up to the plate. They became better clients and they became more engaged because they knew they needed to take notes during our call. So if I would tell them, hey, for next time, you need to, whatever, publish your blog post, I would be like, write that down. That's your homework. Publish your blog post. So they would be writing notes. They would be listening better. When I recommended a book, they would write down that book to take a look at. When I would remind them, oh, this thing on your website needs to be updated, they would write that down. So at the end of the call, they would have their whole list of tasks, all of their homework in their own handwriting. Here's the thing. You guys have heard me say this before, that I'm a really, really big proponent of writing down your goals, your tasks, anything in your own handwriting. And the reason we do this is because you take ownership of your results when you see something in your own handwriting, even if your handwriting is messy, even if you don't like your handwriting. It's like signing a contract. When you write down your goals, like I will publish one blog post and send an email this week in your own handwriting, it's like a contract with yourself. And it means much more to your brain, much more to your subconscious than tapping on a keyboard. I know people who do solely digital planning. And I get it. I understand the appeal of that. And I use a digital project management software. I use Trello, and I'll leave the link below if you want to check out Trello. And I do that to manage some of my projects, or when I have projects that have like 75 tasks in them, and I just want to copy and paste that over and over again, rather than write them all out by hand. I do that. But for my goals, for something that's really, really important, for things that I have to do, I write those by hand and I put them into a planner. And I got to tell you, of my clients, the people who use a written planner and write their goals out by their own hand get much, much better results than my clients who only do digital planning. Sorry, like that's the truth. I will say it a million times. Yes, the appeal of a digital planner is really high, but if you really want to reach your goals, you've got to write them out in your own handwriting. It's like a contract with yourself. So that's why my clients, when they're taking notes during our calls and they're writing out their homework, they take ownership of it. And they do so much better than when I was sending them their notes. I was sending their homework. And I want my clients to be successful because that looks good on me. When they're successful, I'm successful. So I will say that for those of you who are taking notes and sending notes and whatever to your clients, stand in your power and take back that time for yourself, because that takes a lot of time to be sending homework to people after the calls. And you've got better things to do. Also, I never did this. I never recorded my calls. But if a client wanted a recording of the call, they would have to do it on their end. Like they would record from their screen. I wasn't going to record for them and send it to them. How about access to other things? And this is another thing where I was talking about, where when you have a client, they'll try to get as much as they can from you. Sometimes they'll try to squeeze you dry, and it's up to you to put a boundary there based on how much you want to give your clients and how much you don't want to give your clients. So for my clients, if someone signs up to work with me and they're just a one-on-one client, they sign up for a 12-week edit, or we do a VIP day or whatever, they get just what they're signing up for, just that coaching package. They're not going to get a subscription to my clubhouse. They're not going to get Startup in 60. They're not going to get life editing for beginners. They're not going to get any of those other things. They just get what they pay for. However, my Academy members, so I have Life Editor Academy, which is my mastermind group. And that is a big program. The people in it are paying me thousands of dollars. It is a really high-touch, long-term mastermind group. It's 5 months long, and doors open again in December, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, for my Academy members, I do give them access to my digital programs because they're paying me thousands of dollars. And a lot of times the Academy members like to go through the program together. So if there are entrepreneurs in the Academy, they'll all go through my Startup in 60 program together. Or if they're all looking to do some kind of more self-development stuff, whether it's weight loss or paying off debt or improving their relationships, they'll all go through Life Editing for Beginners together. Make sense? The one thing I don't give anyone unless they pay for it is my subscription clubhouse, my Life Editor Clubhouse. So that is my membership site. And if you want to be in there, you got to pay the monthly fee. So I can get that consistent income because I'm constantly adding new stuff to people. So don't give away free memberships to the clubhouse. Yeah, you got to be in it to get all those goodies. So think about that. If you have other digital programs At what point would you give that to a client? At what point would you give them extra things? So I don't even know. So if you're like a graphic designer and you're designing a custom logo for somebody, would you also give them, I don't know, letterhead or business cards or something? Would you design that for them? Or do they have to pay extra for it? So that's number two, is what do you provide to your clients, and creating boundaries about what you will provide and what you won't provide. Number three, last one. And there are so many different boundaries you can set with your clients, but these are the three really important ones. Third one is, how will you accept payments? How will you accept payments from your clients? So, do you accept checks? Do you accept cash? Do you accept credit cards? Do you accept PayPal? How do you do that for your clients? I remember back in the day, oh, so many mistakes. Sage made so many mistakes in her business. Back in the day, I was using a CRM, customer relationship management software, and it did not offer PayPal as a payment option. They could only pay with credit card. That was it. And I was like, okay, fine. People have credit cards. We'll do that. You would not believe how many emails I got from people saying, I can only pay with PayPal. Please help me. I need to pay with PayPal. And then that put me in a really icky situation, because either I had to say, no, you have to go through my CRM, because when they went through the CRM, they were tagged, they were put into a specific contact group, they automatically received emails based on what they got to, what they purchased, they got access into the portal. All of that was connected in my CRM. But if they wanted to pay with PayPal, I could either say, no, I don't do that, or I had to create a PayPal link outside of my CRM, send them the link in an email, wait for them to pay it. And then as soon as they paid it, I had to go into my CRM and manually tag them, add to them to the contact group, give them access to the portal, enter them into the email sequence. And it was nuts. And a lot of times it didn't work because it wasn't automated, or they would pay and then I would be asleep. Because remember, I've got clients all over the world. I would be asleep, or I'd be on a client call, and then I would keep getting emails from them saying, hey, I paid. Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? And I had to explain to them, like, look, you paid with PayPal. It's not in my automated system, so you're going to have to wait. And it made me look super unprofessional. So I changed all of that. Here's the thing. Now I'm at a much better CRM. I use Kajabi and I love it. I will leave the link below. So you can check out Kajabi. They have a free 30-day trial if you would like to check it out. And Kajabi has everything in it. And Kajabi, I set it up to take payments through PayPal. And now I can finally say, yes, you can pay with PayPal. And it still links up to all of the tagging and all of the email sequences and all that good stuff. And here's the thing, with PayPal, you can link up PayPal. It's free. You can link it up to your credit card. So any credit cards you want. And here's the thing that I didn't notice, but my clients pointed out to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder I've been losing all of these clients because I didn't have this option. There is something called PayPal credit, and it is hugely popular with my clients. What it is it's just like a credit account, but it's through PayPal, but 6 months, no interest. So people didn't want to pay with their credit cards where they would get interest immediately the next month for paying for whatever it is for me. But if they did PayPal credit, they could pay the thousands of dollars for whatever they were buying from me and have 6 months to pay it off. Or buy like my big program, like Startup in 60 is almost $200. But they had 6 months to pay it off. So that meant they could do my mastermind group. They could be in the clubhouse. They could go through all of Startup in 60 and do all 60 days of content and really implement it without being charged interest. And this just like blew my mind. So a lot of people joined Startup in 60, which is almost $200 at the time of this recording. They would go through it, implement all of the tools and practices in Startup in 60, finally start earning money for their business, and then they were able to pay it off on PayPal credit with no interest. They could not do that on their regular credit cards, and that was such a disservice to my clients. So I want to make sure that when you're setting up your payments, you are making sure that the payment system works for you and it works for your clients. So Kajabi works for me because I'm able to tag them and put them into email sequences and give them access to portal and send them their login information and all of that stuff automatically. So I don't have people wondering where their stuff is. They get that automatically. Plus, by using PayPal, which is used all over the world and it's safe and effective, people have the option of using PayPal credit and having no interest for 6 months, which is a huge, huge bonus for people who are trying to earn money through their businesses or take care of their finances in other ways. So you got to give the options that work for you and for your clients. The last thing I want to say about about payment options, we got to talk about invoices. Got to talk about invoices. So one of the first things I do if I'm working with somebody who has an established business is we make sure to get them off of the invoice model. And you might be thinking, well, what's wrong with sending invoices? I notice that my clients who do invoices, and a lot of times it's kind of all over the place. It's bookkeepers, it's graphic designers, it's other types of like consultants. They'll do the work for their client, help them out, send an invoice, and wait, and wait, and wait to be paid. So a lot of people, instead of working on their businesses, they're checking up on invoices or having their assistants check up on invoices or running around being like, why haven't you paid me? Why haven't you paid me? Or they're sending collection agencies after their clients, which that's a good way to lose a client, is sending a collection agency after them. And it just blows my mind. It's so unprofessional to send invoices. But here's the thing. I have clients come up to me and they're like, well, everyone in bookkeeping sends invoices. That's just how my field does it. Is this your business or not? You don't have to follow all of the things just because that's how it's been done or that's how it's done in this field. You're the leader of your own business. You have the autonomy to make choices that work for you and your business. You don't have to follow what anyone else is doing. So I remember one bookkeeping client, it took a lot of effort to get her away from the invoice model because she was wasting hours and hours every week tracking down invoices. She was struggling to pay her bills because she was waiting for clients to pay her. Or else she would just have clients disappear. They got the work. Then what incentive do they have to pay now? And it was so frustrating. So get away from the invoice model. What you're going to do instead is you're going to create packages of whatever it is, or create some kind of payment system where you get paid before you do the work. You get paid before they receive whatever kind of digital product or whatever it is. I mean, think about how like other businesses work. Let's go back to the candy shop. If someone comes in and they're like, "Oh, I want this box of candy, but I'm going to like take a bite out of each one. I'm going to go home and watch Netflix as I go through the box. And then if I like it, then I'll come back to the candy shop and pay you." No, that would not fly. They must pay you before they get whatever it is. And you can fudge this a little bit. If you have some great big program, you can do installment payments. So like for my academy, it is 12 at the time of this recording. It is $12.50 paid in full for the entire 5-month program. But you could also do 5 payments of $300 per month. So that's $1,500. So it's a little bit more expensive to do installment payments. But here's the thing. They pay me the $300 before the first month starts. So they pay me the $300. This is all set up automatically. Then we do month 1. Then they pay me the $300. Then we do month 2. So you get paid before you do your work. I'm just kind of like blown away about why this isn't common sense. Why isn't this something that people just automatically think about? You get paid before you do your work. Do not send invoices. You're going to waste so much time, so much effort chasing down those invoices. You're going to alienate your clients. You're going to look unprofessional. And you have better things to do rather than tracking down your money. If people want to work with you, they will see the value in what you offer and pay you up front. Okay? Stand in your power and demand your payments up front. And then once they pay you, give it all you got. Show them that you are worthy of them continuing to be your clients. Show them that you are worthy of their referrals. Like really knock it out of the park once they pay you, but get paid first. Okay, I'm off my soapbox, but that is like one of my biggest pet peeves. And it takes a lot of effort for me to get my clients off the invoice model and back into the packages and getting paid up front. So honor yourself, honor your clients, get your payments up front. All right, let's recap that. These are the three essential boundaries you must set up for your business. One, your business availability. What days, hours are you available? When are you taking client calls? When are you answering emails? Number two, what do you provide to your clients? You don't give them everything. They got to pay for some things. I don't recommend taking notes and sending them notes or sending them their homework. Make them be active members of this team. Make them actively participate during their calls. Make them take their own notes so that they are committed to what they're getting. Also, don't give them access to everything. There's got to be something else that they need to pay for. You don't just pay once and get everything. And then the third essential boundaries is how you will take payments, and make sure that whatever means that you're taking payments, it respects you and it respects your clients. So if you have a CRM that doesn't take PayPal, sorry, that was like one of my biggest mistakes. Make sure you have a CRM that takes PayPal, like Kajabi. And I will leave the link below if you want to start a free trial of Kajabi. Also, make sure that your payment processor is bringing them into the CRM so they're tagged, they're put in the right groups, they're set up with the right emails, they get access to whatever portal, they are instantly given access to whatever they're buying, whatever it is, automatically. So you're not trying to do that live, and you're not getting angry emails from people in different time zones being like, where's my thing? And then finally, don't do invoices. Get paid for your work up front. Stand in your power. Believe that you are worth it, and then get your payment up front and then really wow them. Okay, so those are the three essential boundaries you must set up for your business. Which ones did I miss? I want to know. Leave a comment below and let me know what other boundaries are you setting up for your business. What other boundaries do you have to say, yes, I will do this, no, I won't do this? And here's an example of another one is if you're doing, like, let's say you're a coach and you're doing calls with your clients, do you only do it through Zoom? What if someone lives in your neighborhood? Can you do a call at a coffee shop or at the library or something like that? Do you allow people to come into your home? I have a client who's an interior decorator, and she was really scared about COVID because she was like, well, I can't go to people's houses anymore. Like, this is wonderful. This is wonderful that you can't go to people's houses anymore, because now you can do it all online and you can reach more people. So she restructured her business so she was able to do the interior decorating by people sending her photos of their rooms or getting on Zoom like this and showing, okay, here's how we're going to move stuff around in your office or in your home or wherever. And it really opened her up to more clients because she could reach more people than just the people she could drive to. So think about that. Like, what is your boundary? Will you go to your clients? Can they come to you? Can you meet in different ways? Yeah. So let me know what other boundaries I missed in the comments below. Okay. Got some homework for you, life editors. For those of you who have businesses, I want you to determine your client boundaries in terms of availability, what you provide, and your payments. Those three at a minimum. You might have other boundaries, but let's start with those three first. Then I want you to come on over to my website, and I want you to check out my free workshop. Let me pop it up there. sagegrayson.com/workshops. If you loved this live stream class, I've got a great workshop with more business strategies, and it's called How to Run an Online Business in Only 1 Hour per Day, or How to Run a Successful Online Business in Just 1 Hour per Day. That's not a typo. I'm not being facetious. It's actually true. You can run an online business in just 1 hour a day. There are plenty of days where I only have 1 hour to work on my business, or I'm about to leave on vacation, or I'm sick, or I've got other things going on. And I'll show you how you can actually do this. It's pulling ideas from my Startup in 60 programs. If you like Startup in 60, you're going to love this free workshop. Completely free. Go check it out. And then I want you to come back here, either on YouTube or on Facebook, and share your comments, share your thoughts. What boundaries were you able to set up? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Had you even thought about setting up these boundaries? Because I got to tell you, during my first year of business, these boundaries never even occurred to me. I was like bending over backwards. I was trying to be everything to everyone, and my business suffered, and I really suffered. And I don't want that to happen to you. So let me know, what mistakes did you make? What mistakes are you still making? And let's strategize and figure out how we can fix those mistakes and really help you be successful this year in your business. Okay. And then go check out the free workshop, sagegrayson.com/workshops. Whew. All right, let's see. I don't see any other comments coming in at this moment, but if you do want to leave a comment on this replay and let me know your thoughts, I do see the comments as they come in and I will respond. I love keeping this conversation going with you, life editors. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today for this live stream chat. If you've got a topic that you want me to cover in another live stream, leave a comment and let me know. And I will talk to you again real soon. Bye.